the fear and do it anyway.
Life is 10% what happens to you, is 90% what you do about it. No matter who you are, no matter where you are in life, you can take the lid off of your job. And if you're wondering if you still have the lid on in your life, here are some clues that's gonna let you know that the lid is still on. If you're not excited about waking up in the morning, if you're sitting around bored out of your mind, if you got time to do everything anybody asks you to do, you probably got the lid on. If when you tell your dreams to all your friends, it makes sense to them, you got your lid on, man. Your dreams should not make sense to everybody. You gotta say something that make people go, how you gonna do that? That's when you got the lid off. And if I were you, I'd do that. I'd take the lid off. Makes sense to me, don't it?
They're always going to get ready to get set to get going. What we've got to do is, boom, just like that, move into action.
Every time you remember your dream, you're removing some dirt. You're digging it back out. The true mark of a champion is even though some dirt gets thrown on your dream, instead of letting it get buried, you keep shaking it off. You keep moving forward. You keep looking for a new opportunity. You wouldn't be having that opposition if you didn't have something great in you. If your dream wasn't alive and on track, right on schedule to come to pass, you wouldn't have so many things coming against you. That dream is still alive. You may have tried a year ago, 5 years ago, or 40 years ago. Didn't work out. Nobody was there to help you. Go back and try again. This is your time. This is your moment. Your destiny is calling out to you. Can I tell you, your dream is not dead, it's just not in season. Your time is coming. Promotion is coming. Good breaks are coming. Promises you've been standing on. Dreams you've been praying about. Lack is not your destiny. Constantly struggling, barely getting by is not the end of your story. These light afflictions are for a moment. The adversity is temporary. The glory is eternal. Lord, I believe this is my year to get healthy and whole. This is my year to meet the people of my dreams. This is my year to go further in my career, to step into a new level of my destiny. This is my year to accomplish dreams, to break free from this depression. This is my year to meet the right people. This is my year to get healthy and whole. This is your year to see double. This is your year for vindication, for restoration, for new beginnings. Now get your mind going in the right direction.
Here's the secret. The people that do the most with their lives, the people that seem the most self-assured, the ones that seem to embody confidence, the ones that seem to define confidence, they're the ones that had to face down the most fear. They simply didn't linger in it.
Don't hate your competitors. Respect your competitors. Learn from him.
I had a very important person in my life come to me and say, who's your hero? And I said, I don't know, I got to think about that. Give me a couple of weeks. I said, I thought about it. You know who it is? I said, it's me in 10 years. So I turned 25 10 years later. That same person comes to me and goes, so are you a hero? And I was like, not even close. She said, why? I said, because my hero is me at 35. So you see, every day, every week, every month, and every year of my life, my hero is always 10 years away. I'm never going to be a hero. I'm not going to attain that. I know I'm not. And that's just fine with me because that keeps me with somebody to keep on chasing.
That's the thing. Success and failure are generally slow processes. Either slowly building things up or gradually tearing them down. And that's why I say you've got to pay attention. You have to watch. You have to watch every single second.
Choose love, and don't ever let fear turn you against your playful heart.
I believe in manifestation. I believe in putting a rocket of desire out into the universe, and you get it when you believe it. You get it when you believe you have it, and that's the key.
So we want to get really sensitized, acutely sensitized, sensory acuity, to whether what we're doing is working or not. And by the way, sensory acuity is really the measure of a person's intelligence. What I mean by that is, how do we measure intelligence? Intelligence is a measure of the number and quality of distinctions you have in a given situation.
You can handle this, you just haven't figured it out yet. It's all right, this is your training period. This is the tuition you have to pay for what you don't know. You can do this, other people have done it. It doesn't take an Einstein. Get you some people that can teach you some stuff that you don't know. Get you some people that have done it successfully and learn from them. Take some seminars, workshops, read some books on how to manage a business. Change the way you see yourself and begin to tend to the personal details. Understand that nobody's going to take care of your business better than you.
You will notice the most successful people in any field, they are usually the ones who have failed more than anybody else. You see the difference between a successful person and everyone else? It's not a lack of strength. It's not a lack of knowledge. It's a lack of will.
It's up to you in a world where we're taught to look outside for answers, for a job that will make us happy, for money that will make us happy. The answer is within. We already have it. We already have the answer, but will we unleash it? Will we give it? Will we own it? Will we truly reinvent ourselves to become the people that we're capable of becoming?
The bow too tightly strung is easily broken, says one of the proverbs. Balance is a gorgeous thing. So be monomaniacal in your execution around your high-value targets, your HVTs, your mission plan, but also build in some rewards. And that's going to send a gorgeous message to your conscious and your subconscious mind that, hey, this daily practice of execution around my deliverables is a beautiful thing. And you create this thing called momentum. And the monk who sold his Ferrari, I went back and I saw this recently. I think there's a whole chapter on momentum. And you become like this. I love skiing. You start off small, but as you go down the slope, you pick up momentum. A lot of people say, Robin, where do I start? I want to start a new business. I want to become a better artist. I want to find the love of my life. I want to be a world-class creative. I want to multiply my financial life. Where do I start? You just start. You just start. There's great power in the start. And when you start, life starts supporting you.
Well, God wants us all to be courageous because he knows we'll face times in life and situations and circumstances that it takes more than just the desire, it takes courage. Many people operate on the basis of fear, on the basis of what other people think. We as believers should operate on the basis of courage. Courage to say no when we ought to say no. Courage to say yes when we should say yes. So what kind of courage do you have? Is yours sort of floating between depending on the situation? Or do you know the difference between right and wrong for your life? And you've made up your mind.
So which is it? Good morning, everybody. Welcome to February 19 Launch Ads Live. Glad you're here. We got Amy, Barry, Brian, Engels, Gina, Jackie, Jay, Jimmy. We've got Launch Cart. Oh, nice. We've got Lynn, Manmahan, Mary Beth, Micah, Michael, Quan, and Thomas in the house. Guys, thanks for coming and welcome to today's Launch Cart. Let's do this. Before we get any further, let me just do this and switch to gallery view so I can see all you beautiful people. And just say, we are going to look at today, we are going to have 1 hour of launch ads. And this first hour is going to really focus on basics. How do you create an ad? How do you use the dashboard? How does it work? We're going to really stick with basics in the first hour. And in the second hour, Greg is going to join us. Greg Reiter, the CEO, is going to join us, and he's going to focus more on advanced running ads, some more details of the principles and the concepts and the ways that you work with your ad campaigns and all that good stuff. second hour. So we're going to have a 2-hour show today. And then I believe he's going to start doing that as a separate call at a separate time in the week going forward. But that's the plan for today. So let me ask you this before we get started. I want to see in the chat, what is one thing that's keeping you from getting started? It could be getting started with running ads, it could be getting started with your business, it could be getting started with getting out of bed. Maybe that's not a good one to ask. Put it in the chat. And I gotta start the recording here. Don't know how to use the tool. Yep. Connecting the CRM. All right, cool. Anybody else? Engels said, I want to run ads today. Where can I find additional resources, past recordings? Great question. Learning software, creating ads, and learning to use Launchcart. Yeah, so I think these are great, basic questions. Part of the reason I'm asking this is Greg always comes on with a mindset minute. And I was listening to that. We play that 10-minute countdown every week. And I hear it every week. And one of the things that somewhere in the countdown, I don't even remember who it is right now, that just said, you just got to start. And I'll put that in terms of software now, because I was on a call with one of my coaching clients, and she was asking me, all right, so how do I do this? What do I do next? And I said, well, do me a favor, just start, just click something, just start to try to use it and see if you can, sort of make some progress that way. And I'll be honest, not every piece of software is we're gonna start clicking and we're gonna get lost immediately. But oftentimes, if you just sort of slow down, look at the page, sort of say, all right, I think this is where I start. Oftentimes, you're going to make a lot more progress that way. So everybody start today, whatever it is that you're waiting on. Let me see here. I'm just going to go back. Thank you guys for your comments. By the way, if you're watching us on YouTube, or if you're watching this on Facebook Live, you can join us here in studio. So you can share your screen if you have some specific questions. It's Meetn, metn.com/launchcart will get you there. All right, so connecting CRM, creating ads. Let's see, not fully started my business. Yep. Learning software, how the pieces all work together, a visual or a flow chart. Can you give Facebook pixel lesson? When or when not to use a pixel, where to find a pixel, where to put the pixel? That's a great question. All right, these are great. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to share screen today to start things off. And I'm going to do what we do almost every time we join, because we always have some of you just bought Launch Ads, and some of you have been there for a bit. Some of you have had it and you haven't used it yet. So we're always going to kind of go, all right, how do you log in? What do you see when you log in? And what are kind of the basic steps to get started? And I will say this too, because this usually we say it later in the program or later in the hour, but you have bought potentially 3 products, 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4 products from the company Launchcart. Okay, so Launchcart has a store. Launchcart is the store, so that's an e-commerce store. Launchcart CRM is the white label of Go High Level. Greg says that it's the CRM, it's the back end, it's all of your web pages and tracking and emailing and all of that good stuff. And then there's Launch Ads, which is what this hour is about, is Launch Ads specifically. So we can branch into those other 2 a little bit, but I really want to stay on focus today for Launch Ads. So let's see. Oh, hold on. Andrew, hoping on news about TikTok ad embedding search terms. Also got my first sale. That's incredible. 3 weeks result 97 spend for $15 sale. Well, I mean, that's gonna turn around for you. But that would have cost me $4,500 between an ad agency and ad spend to learn that. So that's amazing. So awesome, Andrew. That is a great testimonial. And it's a great perspective as well. So I'm going to put it on the screen here. I should have done that. Hoping on news about TikTok ad embedding, but Here's what Andrew said. I got my first sale. So everybody in the chat, a thumbs up or a woohoo or a congratulations, right? Because that's what we're going for. We're trying to put our ads out there and start getting sales. Jackie's way ahead of me. Kudos. But this is what I like. 3 weeks result. So that's the first thing I hope everybody hears. 3 weeks, which feels like a long time when you start an ad, but it's not really a long time. 3 weeks, $97 spend, made a $15 sale. So obviously the quote return on investment, that's not what we're looking for. But what Andrew did is he got ads out there. Probably, Andrew, I think we've talked before, probably worked on tweaking his ads and running it a different way, learned quite a bit over that time and made a sale. That's incredible. I love it. And also then the perspective of if I hadn't had launch ads, I would have spent maybe $4,500 to get an ad agency to do all this. And so that is incredible. Well done. Wonderful, Andrew. That's great. Excited. Oh, Andrew. Okay, that's good. He said it was a $45 sale. So that's even better. Made $15 on the product that he sold. So incredible. All right, cool. Andrew, you can unmute. I mean, we'd love to hear what you're saying here. You're chatting and learn something interesting. My target audience is 35 to 45. I had 5 times the clicks of that audience, which I would have never guessed. Hey, talk to us, Andrew. That's incredible. This is really good stuff.
Hey guys, are you hearing me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, if you want, yeah, I could switch over to my launch cards tab and I could show you guys the results. So you know, I'm not just a friend of yours helping you out here.
I love it. Let's see it. That's great.
Let me see let me get back to the right window to share here. I got 600 tabs open. Let's see your launch cards.
Janice, the answer to your question, are we in question time, is yes, we're in question time, but I want to just take a minute and celebrate with Andrew what has happened for him with launch ads so everybody can see what can happen. So we would definitely get to questions in just a moment.
Okay, so that's, am I sharing my screen now?
Yes, sir. Okay,
so let me get back to my launch cards tab. Here we go. Okay, so here's the results. So spend 97.71, 1 conversion.
Yep.
Reached 1,024. So you can see the results here, minus 35% spend compared to forecast, plus 21% clicks compared to forecast, 1,023 reach. You can see the ad spend is going down here in the cubes. And what I found
and
really
you've got an incredible CPC and click-through rate.
Yeah, I had some that were really great. I was talking about that last time that I was wondering if we could tweak and turn some things on and off. But my click-through rate, you can see on certain things, I'm in the high single digits or
14.
Double digits.
14.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to. This is the same one I was wondering if I could turn things on and turn things off to focus on these, because this last time we saw this, you see, this was the one that had 3 clicks last week when we talked, and it still only has 3 clicks despite being my highest click-through rate. So I was wondering if there's any way to force traffic on that.
Yeah, I think there probably is, but then you're going to turn off the optimization and start using your own, which you can do once you start learning some things. Show us how you learned about your audience.
Right, that's funny because last week you guys showed us how to optimize audience, and I couldn't find it, and I was going to ask you guys today, and I just noticed this creative audience tab button.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to ask the question before and embarrass myself without double checking, and I just found it now. So for a week, I haven't been optimizing the audience. I actually just turned this on right now before the course.
Awesome. Cool.
But I was very surprised because usually vitamin C, I estimate my best audiences as we get older. And surprisingly, the 35 to 45 category in Iowa is giving me 18.42% click-through rate. Okay, it's a small sample. It's 7 clicks out
Yeah.
of 21, but still, it's interesting at least.
It is absolutely interesting, and again, that's really cool that you're learning that by running this one ad, and it's something that you can take. Also, you're building an audience here, right? So I assume you have to have a pixel if you're tracking conversions, right?
Right.
Yeah. So your
It's
pixel is learning as well for future ads. So that's great.
absolutely. So here's my demographic report where I was seeing that slice of age was doing 15% click-through rate.
Yeah.
Oh, nationwide, yeah, it was 21 clicks nationwide. And then my next 10 years was only 9 clicks, 3%. So 5 to 1 on the earlier 10-year slice.
Amazing. Yeah.
And double almost between the 55 and 64. A lot of times I kept my ads at 45 plus because I just thought that would be more efficient. But it turns out that the working younger age of 35, 44 is actually giving me better results than the other 3.
Amazing.
So
That's
that was
really,
a
really
surprise.
cool. That is very cool.
Should I and hand you back the reins, or anything else
Yeah,
you wanted
yeah.
to see?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, we'll go to some questions, but and we may come back to it, but awesome. That is
All right.
that is
Thanks,
what we
guys.
want to see.
Yeah, super excited about it. I really appreciate it.
Incredible. All right. So let's do this. I'll just get into questions if you want to start questions. I mean, I like to do just a real quick overview of the dashboard, but let's just take a quick vote. Put a D in the chat if you want to see the dashboard overview. And then if you're ready to just start the questions, you'd like to skip to those, put a Q in the chat, and we'll just do a quick poll here. We got D so far, but I hadn't said Q yet. D, Q. Brian, Q. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. It's going to be a really quick run through of the dashboard because we've got basically some of both. We definitely have people wanting to ask questions, so I promise you we're going to get to that. So let's do share screen. And we're going to go not to the YouTube channel, but we're going to go inside of launch ads. So I'm going to go in, first of all, I'm going to go to the top here and remind you that the part of the reason I look at the dashboard every week is because the developers are like moving things around and optimizing the actual dashboard. And so sometimes, like you just found that tab, Andrew, it's just a matter of saying, okay, here's where things are today. But we've got a home dashboard which is going to give us kind of an overview of everything. We've got our advertise tab, which is where we can either create ads or monitor ads that are running, which would be the platforms are at the top. Some of you may not see all of these platforms if you haven't bought the full version of launch ads. But your ads that you've run or you're currently running or in the past are at the bottom. We have this tab we just actually noticed last week, which is you can actually run your social accounts, schedule posts and such through Launch Ads now, and then use the Launch Ads AI system to create your posts. So that's pretty cool. That's the third one. The Creative Hub is where you can just go. You can go to you can create different folders for different types of ads or different products that you have, and just basically this is kind of your playground to get ad ideas together before you actually go into advertise and run the ads. And then analytics, you can check out your advertising analytics, or you can also connect to your Google Analytics and check your website analytics. So those are the 5 tabs at the top. And real quickly, we're going to also go into, okay, what if we want to run an ad? So we're going to, step number 1, we're going to connect our account. And so that is on the upper right. And you're going to click on one of the buttons. Let's just try the Google one here. Google Ads Connect, and it's going to lead you through what you normally would do for logging in. So we're just logging into Google. Already has some access, yeah, because it's already been connected before. All right, and then you can see we've got a Google profile, and we're going to select the ad account. And this one, I'm sorry, this Google this Google profile doesn't have an ad account, but you would continue the process again, just kind of following the step by step. How to connect? I'm going to say ensure your ad, your selection is thank you, no thanks. So you would connect your platform. I do have Meta connected. And secondly, you would go and choose, you could from right here, click which platform you want to run an ad on. I'm going to click Meta because I have that connected. And then you're going to go through the process of generating the ad. And again, I understand I'm moving quickly, trying to do a quick overview of step by step. So what I like to do is go right up here to the top and click on this.
Sorry, Kevin, you're not sharing your screen anymore.
It didn't change. It didn't change. All right. Yeah, when I close that. Thank you. Always holler at me because I'm over here just staring away and I'm not sharing anything. I'm not sure where we lost it. Probably right after I exited from connecting. So I'm going to go back here. All right, so what I did was, you're seeing this. So after I connected, I went to this Meta button and clicked it. And then what I like to do to run an ad is go up here to the top where this pencil is, and I like to do the work over in what's called Edit Prompt. It just gives you everything kind of in one place. And I could say, master your online business with Business Builders. I'm going to go over here to my website now. And I'm going to change the brand name. And then I'm going to, with just that information, I'm going to click this regenerate because this is a campaign description of a previous ad I did. So I'm going to click regenerate, which is going to, it should go to this Business Builders empowers entrepreneurs to excel in digital landscape. And it looks pretty good. I'm not going to go through the details of it. So that's it. So this is the link I'm sending people to. This is the website. This is the name of the brand or the product that I'm selling. And just a real quick kind of description up here. It's a real short description. And I click at the bottom left, generate campaign. So it's reading the website. It's sort of crunching all of the information that I just gave it, which was essentially a little campaign description, and then read my website. And what it's going to do is it's going to start giving me creatives. So from these creatives, I have primary texts, and we've got, it's interesting that it has asterisks there. I think this probably is meant to be bolded. There must be a formatting issue right now. It's my guess. Not sure why that would, I have not seen that happen before. But in any case, at Business Builders, we empower entrepreneurs. And again, I have the opportunity to go through these, to read them, to change them, to delete them, to choose to create something that's totally my own. This is the primary text for Facebook ads is kind of like your post. If you look over here in the center, you'll see you have kind of a Facebook post with a video, and then the ad part, the headlines are what's going to show up here at the bottom on your ad. And so you can see the different ones. And what Launch Ads is doing is it's creating this combination of videos and headlines and primary text, and that becomes the entire ad set, if you will, or the different ads that Launch Ads is going to start running on your behalf. And the combinations come out to maybe, 15, 16 or more ads inside of this one ad that you're creating, so that it's doing, we looked just a second ago at Andrew's statistics, and it's going to start keeping track of which ones are reaching more people, which ones are being clicked on, and start optimizing. So it's sending the ads out that people are clicking on. A couple more things. This is kind of basic Facebook's ad setup information, but you can choose what you want the button to say. So you can see the button over here says sign up. Whatever makes the most sense. Watch more, whatever makes the most sense. I'm going to do learn more. You can change your targeting. This is the website. This is where they're going to go when they click the link. Whatever that you have on your ad, it's going to go to this website. And then you set your budget. You can start as low as $5 a day. You probably can start lower than that. I've never tried starting it lower than that. But every time you change the number here on your budget, you can look over here on the right at the forecasted results. So 3 is going to get me 1 to 4 clicks a day. So it should calculate out that 30 gets me 8 to 40 and so forth. So you can sort of see what kind of results they're projecting that you're going to get. The last thing that I didn't hit up here, it's actually up here at the top, is this is going to be a video ad. So we could do a video, we could do an image, or we could do a carousel. And I'm just going to do video. I'm going to click on this section here that says add up to 10 videos, but I don't have videos, right? Well, actually I do. I have a couple of videos, but I don't have videos for this ad. So I'm going to click on the Shutterstock, and it's going to go out based on my ad, which you can see that it's searching for online business. That would be perfect for my ad. And then it's going to show me a bunch of videos I could use. So I'm just going to click on this little image button on the upper left, and it'll actually show what the video looks like. So then you go through these and you decide which ones you want. Click, 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 click. You can see they're being added over here on the left. Hopefully you can see that. And then we just click done. And now we've selected the ads. And so I can show you one more thing here. See the ad combinations. When you do that, you can see the different combinations of videos and headlines. It's creating all of these, and it's going to send them. You can see instant articles, in-stream videos, these are all the different types of ads that Facebook will run for you. So it's setting all of these up so that when we go to the bottom of this and we say launch campaign and say create, which I'm not going to, we have just set up our ad, sent it to Facebook. All of those different versions of it are going to start. They need to be verified and approved by Facebook. And then once they're approved, our ad starts running. So that is the real quick run through of the dashboard.
How did you get where you saw all the ads?
Oh, okay. Good question. When you're, let's see your screen again. You mean all the different versions?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So where I was in the ad setup, and over here in the middle column, there's a little button that says see ad combinations.
Okay, wait
And
a
then
minute.
that's
Okay, wait. How'd you get over there?
yeah. So I'm in the creation of the ad, and
Okay.
in the middle column here, there's a button that says see ad combinations.
Okay, because I'm following along with your screen and I
Oh, okay.
I don't see that. I see everything else, but I don't see that. So I'm like, I missed a step.
Are you on Facebook? Are you doing a Facebook ad?
Yes. Everything else looks the same except for see ad combinations.
Do you have multiple videos? That's interesting.
Maybe
I
I don't
don't know
have
why
them
that wouldn't be
displayed.
showing for you.
Hmm.
Is it a matter of zooming out or zooming in or something? Like if I'm zoomed in too far, I can't see it.
No, doesn't
Huh.
see everything else you have. Let's see, primary text. I'll find it.
Okay.
Got it.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Interesting. All right. Let's see. When I joined Google Ads was when you pay annually. I guess it's still like that. Francois, I don't know the answer to that. So here's the thing about launch ads. So launch ads is basically, you can think of it as a manager that keeps you from having to go into your Google Business Manager and your Facebook Ads Manager, but you do still have to set all of those up. So you have to go in there, set them up, set up your payment option. I'm not sure what you're saying about Google Ads, because mine has always been like it is with Facebook, where you just put your card in for payments and then it bills you as you use ads. So I'm not sure, Francois, what that means. And Micah found it. Awesome. Was there a trick to it?
When you're on carousel, it doesn't show, but it shows on video and image.
Good to know. There you go. For anybody else who's having trouble finding it, would a higher budget, $5, speed up the timing? Hold on, my phone's ringing and I got to turn it off. Would a higher
Hi,
budget?
Kevin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you tell me. I guess you are answering to me, but I was answering to someone upper in the chat who was asking why she or he wouldn't have the Google Ads access.
Got
And
you. Okay,
so
that's a great.
I
Yeah.
was answering, just answering to her.
Yes, thank you, Francois. That makes sense. So I didn't see that question. So the question was, is Google Ads only for premium accounts? Yeah, I think what you get on the, the basic accounts are basically Meta. Well, maybe you could probably tell us what you're seeing. I don't know exactly what it is, but yes, Google Ads and a lot of what you saw on there. I think you only get 3 platforms with the basic. But I'm not positive on that. That was Janice. Thank you, Francois, for answering that. Okay, great question. Would a higher budget, $5, speed up the timing on optimization of the ads? I mean, ultimately, I would say yes and no. Ultimately, it's that it has to go through its process, but it's like anything. If you have a set of 100 to learn from versus a set of 10 to learn from, you're going to have better learning. So I don't know that it speeds it up, but it makes it, well, I guess you could call that speeding it up then. It makes it more efficient, more effective to spend more earlier on. So I think we always say, we talk about, it kind of depends on what your budget is. Very much depends on obviously what you want to spend, but also what product are you advertising, and where are you at in the process. If you've run ads now for 2 or 3 months and you've done like what Andrew did, you started to say, oh, look, I'm reaching 45-year-olds. You start to get more confident that you're reaching the audience, and you have the copy, you've got the sort of the way the ad should be quoted and all of that good stuff. Yeah, you might spend more then, but a higher budget will, I would say, yeah, will speed up the learning. I hesitate to say that because it's still going to take days, but when you get to day 3, Facebook will have learned, launch ads will have learned a ton more with $100 a day than if you had spent $5 a day. Is there a way to port my Meta ad to create a TikTok ad without starting over? Let's see. Your ads do come in. I don't think there is, Andrew. I don't think there is. Is it one that you created in Launch Ads, or is it one that you actually are just getting that was already in Facebook? Created in Launch Ads. Let's do this. So the question is, can you take an ad that you've created?
Basically the campaign.
I'm sorry?
Basically the campaign. Like, instead of starting over, now that I have a campaign that's running well, I would have liked to just apply that to TikTok, but then I tried to recreate the same one. That's in the next comment I made. I was trying to recreate the same one in TikTok, and I was having trouble uploading the same videos. But if there was a way that you guys could eventually sort that out, that we could just port from one platform to another, it would be such a game changer for us. It would be so helpful.
Yeah, exactly. You get one that's running well on one platform, and you want to just quickly create the same or similar ad on another platform.
Right.
Yep. Okay. Definitely passing that on.
Then the problem I had when I was trying to recreate it from scratch was uploading the same videos that were working on that campaign, and they were failing to upload to TikTok, but without any info. And when I tried to log into TikTok and upload those same videos, then they would tell me like there's 2 pixels missing on one side. It was the dimensions of the video didn't hit the minimum standards. But through Launch Ads, the error messages. So that was
Right,
something
right.
that was tricky.
Good to know. I will definitely pass that on to the developers because they are constantly improving. That's a great point. Show us where on YouTube this show is found, please. Okay. So on YouTube, it's on the Launchcart channel. What's the best way to here we go, share. It's basically, oh no, I don't want the launch. Basically youtube.com/launchcart is the channel for our youtube.com/launchcart. And then if you go there, you're gonna, like right now the live is up. So if you go to that channel, you'll see that it's up. And I don't know, it's a strange thing where it doesn't put the video on the YouTube, but we'll skip that for now. It doesn't put this person on when they're talking. Let's see. What are the main? Oh, let's go back here. I'm going to try to keep following down through here. So is where. Okay, Jackie, please discuss how budget is allocated. Essentially, it's like this. Let's say that you were doing this on your own, and you created an ad campaign with an ad set. Let's do it this way. Let's say you had 10 different versions of your ad. What Launch Ads, and I'm not absolutely positive, but this is the way I understand it. What Launch Ads is going to do is it's going to take that $5 a day and it's going to spread it among as much as it can, all 10 of those ads, and start showing them equally, start putting them out there equally to begin with. And it's going to pretty much immediately start to see nobody is even looking at this one. This one isn't reaching anybody. Nobody is clicking on this one. Nobody is. And then what it's going to do is over the course of 3 days at least, we would always say, let it run for 3 days and turn the optimize on. Let me show you that again. I'm not sure if I'm going to be, we saw it on Andrews. I actually don't have any ads running right now. And there's a very good reason for that. I'm too busy to have traffic. But I don't think with these ads I'm going to be able to optimize. But on an ad, you're going to have inside the ad this. All right, let's go back to it. Let's go follow it slowly here. On your ads, they'll show up at the bottom here when they're running. You can go in and click the draft or the chart, which says view results. Oh, that's a Google ad. Sorry, guys. Let me go to a Facebook ad. There we go. Click the chart. It's going to show your it's the different ad account. But what I wanted to show you is at the top here, you're going to see optimization and results. And this is where you're going to have a toggle on the right-hand side that you turn it on so that Launch Ads is optimizing your results. So, Jackie, initially an even spend, and then as Launch Ads learns and you have optimized turns on, it's going to stop spending on the ones that aren't working, and it's going to add more spend to the ones that are working. And I hope that answers your question. Is there a link to get Google Ads? Meaning to purchase the upgrade for Launch Ads, I'm assuming, Janice. The answer to that would be two things. You should be able to go to, I don't think you want to go to launchads.ai and purchase, because it would just be purchasing a new license. I think what you want to do.
I only see a dark screen. I don't see anything. I don't know if is that for everyone. I don't see your screen or even your face anymore.
I'm not sharing my screen, but I can see people's cameras. Anybody else?
I just see a gray screen.
We see you, Kevin. Okay, so I think it must be on your end. Maybe your connection angles said I can see. So I'm not sure what's going on, Janice. But it must be something on your end. Let me do, yeah. So what I was saying though is, Janice, go to launchads.ai, then click on support or click on the widget that comes up at the bottom and just put your ask in there, how can I upgrade my Launchads account to get Google Ads? And that they'll be able to help you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Let's see. What are the benefits of using Launchad's interface over, say, AdWords? I think number one, I'm gonna have trouble adding that because I have not used AdWords. However, the benefit of Launchads over almost any advertising platform is Launchads is going to do an incredible job. I cannot express enough how much better results you get with the ads that they create and the optimization that they're going to create for you. So they're going to, instead of you having to do the work of creating 40 creatives, different versions of an ad, Launchads does it for you. Launchads puts it on the platform. Launchads, it is your ads. It is an ad agency on your behalf, and that's what I would say is the benefit over AdWords. But honestly, I've not personally used AdWords, so I don't know if that's a fair assessment. But that's certainly the benefit of using Launchads over just running your own ads on basically any ad platform. I'm having a terrible time connecting with Meta with this platform. Is there someone who can help with navigating that? Oh, Janice, same question, same answer. Go there to the support and put your comment in there, and I'm certain that they're going to be able to direct you to get that taken care of. All right. How does boosted post work with Launchads? So let's do that. We'll share screen. And I may need to do a little bit of connection work here. So give me a sec. Let's go home. I don't want to add my brand. I'm going to go to advertise. Let me just see if I'm fully connected here. I am. All right, I should be good here. So I'm going to do Meta. And it's been quite a while since I boosted since I did a boost a post. And I'm always open if somebody else is doing it right now. Hit me up. I'll tell you what I'll do. Because I don't want to take your time and everybody else's time trying to find it. I will after the call sometime today, I will go in and do sort of a complete walkthrough of what that looks like. Let me just do this quick. Go to I actually just went to the help desk, and yeah, I don't see anything there. So I'll do the research. I'll put a video in the Facebook group, both of them, the Launch Ads group and the Launch Cart group, and Sword in the Dark, and anybody else who wants to see that. Hopefully that will give clarity on that question. It's a great question. All right, Chris. I think you resubmitted because I probably missed it. My bad. Can you give a Facebook pixel lesson? That is something that is going to be handled in the second hour. And only because it really is, you've gone sort of outside of Launchads at that point, and I want to focus on how to use Launchads as much as I can in this hour. But in the next hour, Greg should handle that question. because that involves going into your Facebook business manager and your ads account and all of those things. And also one of the beautiful things about launch ads is you don't have to go in there once you get things set up, but you do have to, what you're saying right now, you do have to be able to go in there, create your pixel. I don't even know if they call it a pixel anymore. They call it a data source now or something like that. And you get it created, then it's going to show up inside of launch ads. So I'm going to defer that one, Chris, until the next hour, and we'll make sure. I don't think Greg's here yet. Nope, Greg's not here, but we'll make sure to have him look at that. Okay, I missed the beginning, but I heard you say basic plan. Could you please talk about the different plans? I can't because I'm not in the marketing side of this. Let me see if I can find it for you real quick. So, yeah, the only thing we have I'm seeing if we have delineation of the plans here. Yep, here we go. Okay, I'm gonna share screen and I'll show you the plans. So share screen. And this is, there we go. So these are the plans. So yeah, you can see here on the $97 a month plan, and you may have purchased it. These prices have been increasing quite a bit recently because we're just realizing the value. But if you buy Launch Ads AI Basic monthly, you're getting Facebook and Instagram. And then basically there are two plans. The basic, which is Facebook and Instagram. And then there's Launch Ads AI Pro Annual. If you pay annually, you're getting all of these different platforms, Snapchat, Microsoft, Spotify, and so forth. Hopefully that answers that question. And let's see. If you want me to, okay, thank you. I'm running Google Ads to a page I don't own. It's on my page on a therapist directory. My conversions aren't recorded correctly. Oh, so Francois, you're running Google Ads. You're saying the web page. You essentially, are you saying you can't put the pixel on the actual page? You can unmute if you want to, Francois. Jackie, thank you. We see you, Kevin. I can. Janice, the second hour, Janice said, can we get the link for the second hour? It'll be right here. So that's why I said I'm not sure. Greg isn't here yet. He's got 14 minutes to show up, but it'll be right here, Janice. So good question. Lynn, glad you were here. Where do I get that screen? All right. I don't know when you chatted that, when you said that. Are you talking about the screen that showed the different levels of purchase? McCavey? Sorry if I don't say your name correctly. Also, Francois, if you're there and you can clarify what you're talking about. My conversions aren't recorded correctly. I think it's because you don't have the pixel on the page to track the conversion. That's my guess.
Yeah, well, actually, I've got also it's a tag on Google, and there's somewhere I can write I can copy and paste the code, but it don't work properly, and so I was thinking maybe. My point is that at the present time, so I'm going directly to this page I don't own, and I thought maybe I should maybe create another
Yep.
page to do a funnel also, but well,
Yep. So I think you're right. So that your situation. So I don't know that it's an affiliate kind of a situation, but it would. I think it sounds similar to if you're selling a product as an affiliate. Um, Depending on what the affiliate system is, you might be able to put your tag on it, but most of the time, you can't add your conversion tag to the page itself. So one way to take care of that, Francois, is to create a squeeze page, build it if you've got the CRM, if the Launchcart CRM or any other page builder for that matter, build your page, send your traffic to that page, and then have some sort of an opt-in that you can see when somebody converts. But even then, it doesn't. If you're trying to track conversions as sales, you still don't have the full picture because you just because they clicked off of the squeeze page doesn't mean they actually made the sale. So it's a little bit difficult just if you can't get access directly to the page that is where the conversion is happening, you're going to have trouble um, tracking the conversion. Sometimes you can, yeah, that's pretty much what I would say about that. And there's really not a way around that because in that circumstance, you just can't get access to put the pixel on the page.
right. But so you're saying I could use a squeeze page, so
Yeah.
I'll try to find where to do that. So you said it's in the CRM part
Yeah.
of Launchcart, is it? Yeah.
Yeah. So
Let
so
me.
in the CRM of Launchcart, you have a whole section called websites, and you can build pages there and publish them to custom domains, all of that good stuff. And that's all within the Launchcart CRM. So if you have that, you have the ability to build a page and run your traffic through there. All right. If I modify a headline or primary text, does my ad have to start over? No, Micah, your ad doesn't start over. It literally, it's like if you were just running ads yourself, you can go in and you can change an ad, and it just has to be, they'll just run it through an approval process again, but you don't have to start um, the ad over.
Hey,
Having
Kevin.
said that, yeah.
I just saying good morning. I just hopped on.
Oh, hey, Greg. Good morning. You're
Good
here.
morning. Yeah, go ahead and finish your thought, and then I want to comment on that too.
Yeah. Okay. I was going to say, however, one of the things that our good buddies Dan and Dwight said is when you make a change to an existing campaign, the things that it learned before, sometimes it can get confused and it's not as helpful. And I actually heard them saying if you're going to change the budget, start the ad again. But Greg, hop in.
Well, think about this. So whenever you start an ad, and specifically on Facebook and Meta, right? It's doing its thing. And it's trying to figure things out, and it's kind of figuring stuff out. And oh, this person clicked, this got this conversion, whatever that is. And as the longer that ad goes, the more optimized it gets, right? And then you come in and you change one word, you change one target, you change one thing. Then Facebook goes, oh, they just changed this whole ad. And all of that training and algorithmic training is going to start over from zero. So it's recommended to never touch an ad that's been going for any length of time and it's doing well. You can dupe the ad and duplicate it and make some changes, but especially with our AI stuff, just let the AI stuff do ourselves, because there's probably nothing you're going to do by changing one headline or one thing that's going to make that dramatic of a difference. And it's just not worth the time that you lost of that training. And that's why we always tell you it takes Facebook about 3 days to get their training going and their algorithmic training up to speed. So I would never recommend doing a change. And then as far as changing the budget, what he just talked about, you never want to increase your budget more than like 15 to 25% on any given day, because that's another thing. You change the budget too much, and then the algorithm can take a little bit of a budget increase without messing things up. But if you go, I'm going from $10 a day to $100 a day, it goes, oh, well, we're going to have to recalculate everything we're doing. And you don't do that. So the way you scale is you duplicate ads and campaigns.
Okay, so
That's
if I'm
yeah.
not getting the results that I wanted to see at $10, then it's best to stop it and do a whole new ad.
Yep, yep. Yeah, I just had an ad going that for like 4 or 5 days, and it was getting terrible results for one of my friends that I'm running ads for. And and I have one ad that was getting great results, and one I should say one campaign that was getting great results, and one campaign that wasn't. And I'm like, okay, just kill it. Just like cut your losses, and then what you do want to do is you kind of want to go study, like and try to figure out, in your brain, like why did that not work? And I did that, and sometimes I get too in a hurry, and I'm like, okay, let me just do this. And what I did is I had launched an Instagram ad, and the call to action wasn't in the reel, it was in the text, and my cost per clicks were like $12 a click. I was like, well, that's obvious because I didn't have a call to action in the video. Learn more, click now, go there now. And they had to like literally in a reel, it's impossible to do, right? So the the quality of the clicks were probably really good because they had to look for that link, um, or the way it works. So anyway, and it just you try to study what was going on and then constantly monitor your split testing and stuff.
Yeah, and so Micah, your question was, does my ad have to start over? And so the answer is no, your ad doesn't have to start over, but what Greg just pointed out is you want to start your ad over. Or not even start it over, you just duplicate it and start a new one and keep that one going if you want to. Good stuff. Let's
That sounds good.
see. Let's see. Jackie said, is it okay to increase the budget only in a well-performing ad, or should I duplicate it? Oh, the budget only. Yeah, so maybe you asked that before Greg got to that point, but Greg's point was, what did you say, 15%?
Yeah, 15 to maybe 25%, but just if you do 15% a day, and again, the AI in launch ads will tell you that. It'll tell you to increase your ads up to like 15 or 25%, right?
Yeah.
And then you could, and if it's really doing well and it's making you money, and then you can just duplicate your campaign. And then when you duplicate your campaign, give that new campaign a double budget or a triple budget. So say I got a $10 budget and it's doing well. I'm like, dude, I want to spend $100 a day. Well, duplicate your campaign and then maybe go $30 a day budget and duplicate that and do $30 a day budget. And then what I typically do is I'll typically change something minimalistic in the new campaign, so it's not necessarily competing against myself, right? Because if it's exactly the same, theoretically, you're bidding against yourself. But if I change the audience by one, I add one new audience, or I add one new state, or I add one, or I change the age from, maybe I'm doing 18 to 65 and I change from 25 to 65. Now it's different, but I should still get the same results.
Good stuff. Gina wants to know if I gotta hop off, will the second hour be recorded? Absolutely. Um, we're recording the lives. It's on YouTube, and it'll be there. So
I
let's
hear my
see.
phone ringing. I don't know where it is. Be right back.
Let's see. I'm going back here to see if I missed your question in the chat. Either unmute and ask it, or
Hey,
put it in the
Kevin.
chat again. Yeah. Hey, Jackie.
I just want to confirm if I only want to increase the budget,
Yeah.
should I do it within that same campaign or duplicate the campaign? Because
Yeah,
I
and the answer is how much you're increasing it by.
Okay.
So if you don't increase it more than 15%, what Greg is saying, you can do that. But if you're gonna, if what he was saying also is if you have a really good ad and you want to double the budget, that in that case you want to duplicate it and start a new one.
Okay, so it depends on the results that you are getting.
Yeah, and the results you're getting, but also how much you want to increase the budget by.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Good questions. I have to watch the recording, have another appointment. No problem, Mary Beth. And Greg, I don't know if you want to address, because I mentioned that we think you're going to be doing the advanced launch ads at a different time, right? From now on.
Yeah, starting next Tuesday. I'm going to go ahead and do it today right now because I have the time. But starting next Tuesday, it's on my calendar for 5 p.m. Pacific time. And I'm going to try doing that 5 to 6 window. And I might even want to try to move it up to 4 o'clock. But I've got another standing. We're doing an event. Matter of fact, let me just share this real quick. So I'm going to share a link in the chat. If anyone's in the neighborhood, we are doing a meetup next Tuesday at my new office. And if not, I would appreciate you guys to share it with anyone you might know. But we're going to basically try to get some Go High Level people, and it's like a Go High Level SaaS marketing agency meetup. And anyway, then we're planning an event called Launch and Scale Live, and we're looking at doing it the third week in May. And it will be a 3-day event, like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I got to confirm the dates with my partner Marshall on exactly getting the venue. So because of that, we have a standing call every Tuesday to plan the marketing and the strategies and the speakers and the speaker lineup for our event in May. But that is going to be put into stone here in the next week or two, and then I'm going to be letting everyone know. And I want everyone to come out and hang out. Let's hang out for 3 days in good old Southern California in May, and it's beautiful in May.
Love it. Let's do it. Let's all show up. Let's see. Any other questions? Oh, here we go. There's the link. All right. Here we go. I'm affiliated with a program that integrates with High Level. Will my account perform like a normal High Level account? Ben, the solar guy, are you asking about your CRM account with LaunchCart? If you are, then yes, it is a Go High Level white label.
Yeah, Launch CRM is High Level.
It is High Level. So if that's what you're asking, then the answer is yes. If that's not what you're asking, let me know. All right, we've done well. We've gotten through some good questions. Hit me up with a couple of more if you want to, or we can just shift gears. Greg, I was going to tell you that there was a question about Facebook pixels, and I didn't take the time to go into the Facebook manager and look at where the pixels are and how they find them.
Okay,
yeah,
I can do that.
So,
all right, so what I want to do is I think I'm going to leave the stream going, but I think I'll
Yep.
stop the recording and then start a new recording.
Perfect.
All right, let me go ahead and do that right now.
And I am going to bow out and hand things over
thank you,
to the
sir.
boss.
All right. Thank you, Kevin. Greg, coming at you guys. Good morning. It's 9:00 on February 19th. I want to kind of lay the groundwork for a more advanced conversation around advertising on Facebook, Meta, Google, things of that nature. Answer more advanced questions and things of that nature as well. So what I want to start doing next week, because again, obviously your time's valuable, my time's valuable. I want to try to break up and come up with a concept like next week. I think I might do message ads, and we'll kind of go deep in. We'll spend 15, 20, 30 minutes on one piece of an advertising strategy, and then kind of go deep on that, do some Q&A, and then open it up for Q&A on anything you might be challenged with. But today I'm not prepared for that. So I'm just going to say, let's open up for questions, and then I can help anybody with any question they have as relates to, I'll go get my Facebook manager up as far as that pixel. And Ben, I don't know what you mean by this. How many, you want to just come on and like ask your question? How many account can I host with my Go High Level account? I'm not sure what that means. Okay, so let's do that. We'll do that. So Facebook Pixel, Facebook Pixel. So let me get an ad account. So let me get my cat account, which by the way, okay, I'm going to share my screen. So one thing, I'm sharing my screen. So you guys, if you're not seeing my screen, go click on the view button on the top and then hit active speaker. And one thing you guys, I'm really big on bookmarks, and I've been getting too many bookmarks up here. So what I did is I have a new strategy where you click on your little icon up here, and then you go down here, or not that one, you click on the very top one for Chrome, and you go down here and you hit Manage Chrome Profiles, and then it brings up a screen like this. And I'm actually creating a screen for LaunchCart Demo, Studio Money, Launch Ads, Launch America First, and I'm starting to transfer my bookmarks for a particular topic and the extensions that I might need or not need, because I got too many extensions, and sometimes it doesn't play nice with certain programs. And then that way I can have like a clean screen and kind of do that. And you could just create a new profile by hitting add. And I told somebody the other day they were having problems with their launch CRM, and High Level does this. It just spins and spins and spins. And it's usually like 90% of the time it's a conflict with a extension, a Chrome extension. So I create a brand new profile and don't have any extensions, and then add them one at a time as I need, make sure there's no bugs. But anyway, I'm a big on the bookmarks. I go over here, I got my bookmarks, and I'll go to my ad account. So I'm only 2 clicks away from anything I want to get to if I can remember where it is. So this is an ad account. You're going to want to get this screen right here. Look at this. This is why we like launch ads. It's like literally, and you know what? They're always changing this. It's always changing this, right? And again, they still have. Do they still have pixels here? I don't see pixels. But what you want to do is you want to go to Events Manager, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. And I'll tell you why. Because I can come up here and I can just go to Google and go, how do I create a Facebook pixel for my ad account, right? And there's videos, there's just hundreds of videos. It's all here. It's like you can find it, no problem. But it's not called a pixel anymore. It's called an event manager, and it's called a data source. So they don't even call it a pixel anymore. So I come in here, data source, and you can see I have a Canadian launch cart pixel. I have a launch cart ads pixel. And in this particular thing, I have a legendary backboard pixel. And you can see this one's getting data. I don't know what that little red triangle is. You can do test events. You can do diagnostics. You can do history. You can do settings. And I got to tell you, this is one of the things I hate getting in here because, like I said, they do change stuff. And you might even consider, let's just go look real quick. If I go to Fiverr, pixel setup. If I go to Fiverr and I go pixel setup, $15. And here's the other thing too, the conversion API on the ad server. And if you did pixel, you find something that actually works with Go High Level, it'll actually tie in, because the other thing is we want Go High Level to send information back, but it's all right here. And I got to tell you, for $15 or even $30, I would probably find somebody and have them do it for me, or at least do it with me, because it's not friendly. It's not user friendly. It's complicated as hell. And if you're a geek guy like my partner Jeff, he does this all for me. He just click, 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 boom, 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 boom. He's in and out of here, and I'm like, dude, I can't take it. It's like amazing. But this is where you go to get it. But that's what I would do. I would just either use Fiverr or you do a video if you feel like you're confident doing that. And it's like up here, create a custom conversion, create an ad, create a custom audience, create a lookalike audience. I got to go back up here to connected devices. See, and up here is where you can connect a new data source. If it's for a website, it's for an app, it's for offline, it's for your CRM. So if you did CRM, you can even connect it right to your Go High Level account. But I am not the expert to give you step by step, and I don't think that's the best use of my time. And then, but the main things you must do. You see this little ad event here? If you're e-commerce, you want a page view, you want to initiate checkout, and you want to purchase. Like those are the 3 events that you want. And what I mean by that, let me go over here to Launch Cart real quick. Let's see if I go to Rescue Joe. When I go to Rescue Joe, and here's the other thing you got to do. See this little, I got an extension up here, and it's called the Meta Pixel Helper. The Meta Pixel Helper. And that's what you definitely need that, right? So you can go get that extension. It'll tell you what pixels on your page. So it shows me, okay, I'm on this page, and yep, I've got a Facebook pixel here. And I go to, and you can see it says page view. If you guys, hopefully you guys can read that. It says page view. So I know that when somebody came here, it fired the page view pixel. Now what happens if I go to this shirt, let's say, and I go, oh, it's unavailable. Well, I don't know why it's unavailable. All I need is coffee and my dog. Add to cart. Okay, now I come up here And now you're going to see I have an add to cart pixel and I have a page view pixel. So again, going back to that concept I shared before, where we have top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel. Somebody who adds something to the cart, that's a bottom of funnel. That's a hot lead, right? And then if I hit proceed to checkout, you're going to see on this page, and this again, this pixel helper helps you, click, confirm that your pixels are firing right. And we'll wait for it to load. And then over here, now I have initiate checkout. Okay. And the other thing too is I've got multiple pixels on my page. And this is more of an advanced strategy. And the reason I do that is I haven't had an ad account shut down for like years, like since 2018, actually, 2019. But in the past, I had ad accounts shut down. So I would create separate ad accounts and I would put pixels from multiple ad accounts on the same page. So in case that ad account got shut down for some unknown, unrecognized reason, I would have another ad account with the pixel, all that pixel data. Okay. But you definitely want to have the meta pixel helper to help you identify that your pixels are installed. And this is why. So now I have initiate checkout. Now, if I actually checked out on the next page, I'm going to get a purchase pixel. So, and actually it's just referred to as an event, right? So it's these events, okay, that you want to have events. And, and again, if you're doing an opt-in, you have a lead event. If you're submitting an application, you have a submit an application event. And so see launch ads pixels, I have lead, initiate checkout, submit an application, which that would really is for like a demo, but I'm not even using it right now, but that would be like for a demo. And again, you can rename these, but that gets a little tricky too. I just go with their names and what they're doing. I know what's going on. So does that help, Chris? Do you have any specific questions, or does that help? Okay, good job. Okay, and then Ben saying, how do I come on and just start talking? In the top middle of the screen, there's a thing that says MIC for microphone. If you click on that, it'll go green and then you can talk. Because the raise hand feature is not enabled currently. But it should be that easy.
Hey, Greg.
Yep.
Question. Can you expand a little bit on your method or when you explain the how you set up your pixels?
Yeah, it just you need to have these events. So you have this pixel code, and it's like this 10 or 15 lines of code, and in one section of the code, it allows you to name the event. So you want to know, hey, if they landed on my page, that's a page view. If they initiated a checkout, that's initiate checkout. If they added to cart, they added to cart. If they submitted a lead form, that's a lead form. If you had an application, you want to change the application, you have an application. So there's all these different events that you could name a page, so you know if a user or somebody hit that page. And then it just allows you to then create your top of funnel, which again, for those who didn't remember that, a top of funnel is 100% cold traffic. I'm advertising people, never heard of me, never seen me before. Then you have middle of funnel, and that's people that have engaged with my Facebook page, my Instagram page, my Google. Somehow they've engaged with my page or my account somehow. That's a middle of funnel. And then you have bottom of funnel. Hey, they went to my website, they initiated a checkout, they filled out a lead form, but they didn't buy yet. That's called the bottom of funnel. And then we create this ad strategy, top of funnel, middle funnel, bottom of funnel. We allocate our budget. Let's say I have a budget of $30,000 a month, right? Or $10,000 a month, whatever it is, right? You say, okay, I'm going to give 40% of my budget to top of funnel. I'm going to give 20% or 30% of my budget to middle of funnel. Or I might do 40 and 40, and then I would do 20% of my budget to bottom of funnel. And I would have different ads and different messaging of how I'm speaking to top of funnel than how I'm speaking to bottom of funnel. Like on the bottom of funnel, you might even run an ad that says, hey, I noticed you checking out our website, it didn't buy yet. Let me know your questions below. And like have mass questions or offer them a coupon code, or hey, I want to give you something special. Or you just talk to people differently, and you think about that conversation of how you would talk to somebody. And I always use this analogy. It's a good analogy. And maybe you've experienced this, maybe you haven't, but back in the days, 25 years ago, when I used to go to like Men's Warehouse or a suit store, right? You would walk in the Men's Warehouse. It's probably the same today. I just haven't been there anymore. They greet you at the door and how you doing and how can I help you? Oh, I'm looking for a suit, right? And then they have a scripted sales pitch, right? They take me to the most expensive suits in the store. Oh no, I'm not looking for that. This is more my price range. And they take me there. Then they get me to find my suit. Then if they find my suit, they immediately take me to where they're going to find some shirts that match with the suit. And then they go through the belts and the socks, and they have a whole scripted pitch. And think of it as a sales funnel. It's like it's a sales presentation that's all scripted out. And if we think about our business that way and our advertisement that way, we can be more effective with our ads long term. That we're going to talk to people on the top of funnel, middle funnel, bottom funnel differently, and it's going to help us convert more people.
So thank you, sir. I was actually referring specifically to the story you started sharing about how you would set up multiple pixels in order to, I guess, avoid, or if you your account being closed or something to that extent. I was just asking if you can kind of expand on that. Missed that stuff.
So what's really cool about Launchcart is Launchcart. Let me go there real quick. Hold on. Launchcart allows you to just put in your Pixel ID, and then it adds all those codes for you. You don't have to mess with it.
Oh, okay, sweet.
Yeah. So let me show you that real quick, just so everyone's clear.
So basically, kind of where in the past you were experiencing account closures, one of your ways to mitigate that, you added multiple pixels in the back, and that seemed to kind of, I guess, address that matter. Or if it did close, you had seasoned pixels. Is that kind of where you was going with it?
Well, I wouldn't say it that way. I wouldn't verbalize that way. See, we were doing drop shipping from China.
Mm-hmm.
And we had 22 stores going at one point. And so, and when people would complain, I didn't get my product on time, or the shipping's taking forever, or the quality of the product was bad. See, that was one of the problems with drop shipping from China, is we would order samples, and the samples were like, oh, this is nice, this is good. And then after I sold 1,000 of them or 10,000 of them, and we used to sell 10 or 15,000 products a week. It was incredible. The quality of the product would go downhill. Because those Chinese people, they would skimp on. I'll give you an example with pillows. We were selling pillows. We were selling these big, long, like wiener dog pillows, and they were all nice and fluffy and had all kinds of stuff in them. And you kind of would hug them, and you lay and you'd hug your legs around them, all this kind of stuff. And then by like 5,000 pillows later, they barely had any stuffing in them. Like literally had hardly, and they were like a pillow case. It was incredible. And so we started getting a lot of complaints. And then when you get a lot of complaints, Facebook should shut your ad account down. Done. Over. No, there's nothing you can do about it. So we had this multiple pixel strategy. 99% of all, you should never have that problem, right? Because it's just, you're not selling stuff that where you're dealing with that. Okay. Looking at Rescue Joe here, when I go to settings and I go to tracking, right here, I got in my Google Analytics code, I got my Pixel ID code, and I got my Google Tag Manager. And all I do is put that code here, and by putting that code here, it automatically creates my add to cart pixel, creates my initiate checkout pixel, creates my purchase pixel, does all that for me. If you're using Launch CRM or Go High Level or 90% of all other websites and e-commerce places, you have to create those events and you have to code them in and you have to put them in. Now we use Tag Manager, and then we add Tag Manager to the website, and then we get into Tag Manager and everything's managed through Tag Manager, which is easier. But again, it's way above my head. It's like I have a guy on my team that does that. It's like it's like geeky stuff, man. But you have to be able to track and optimize. If you can't optimize, you can't track it, you can't optimize it.
Thank you.
Sure. Who else has a question? Go ahead, Andrew.
Greg, you just said that in the CRM we have to make our own pixel events. Does that include the Launchcart CRM?
Yeah, because that's Go High Level.
So if I only have Launchcart CRM, I need to make a pixel per event, like you just described.
Yep.
Okay.
And then you have to tell your CRM page builder what event you want on that page in the funnel. And I'm gonna try to log in and show you real quick.
Okay, awesome. Good to know. Thanks.
Hold on, I got to log in, and I'm getting too authentic. Where's it going today? Two-factor authentication. How many of you guys are familiar? Have you ever or you even heard of Tag Manager? Oh man, it's not letting me do it. 113886. 113886. Okay, let me log into Tag Manager. Okay, so let me share my screen one more time. Okay, so if I come in here to sites, where's sites? Oh, I got to go to a sub account. I go to sites, and let's say we're doing a funnel, right? And I always click the time clock to get recent, and here's the last funnel that I was messing with, right? And I'm going to do this one right here. And just by the way, you can see I'm doing what I teach, right? So here's a split test, and I've got 50% of the traffic going to A, B, A, B, A, B, and it doesn't do it quite 50%, but might this variation number, page views might be off a little bit because we're looking at the page ourselves. But A is performing 23%, and this one's converting at 19%. These are opt-in pages. So 19 to 23. If you'd have bet me, if I had to bet money, I'd have bet B would have outperformed by a long shot A. But that's why I'm really good at what I do, but I'm not right all the time, right? So anyway, then I go over here to publishing, or wait, settings, and then see right here, head tracking code. See, we have our tag manager code right here, and I also have metapixel code in here too. But see that metapixel code? There's metapixel code right there. And you can see, I don't know if you guys can read that, but right there, it says FBQ, parentheses, track, and this is a page view. That's a page view on this particular page. And if I were to change that to submit application, it would fire back to Facebook, submit application. If I change it to a lead, it would fire a lead. So theoretically, if I go back here to my funnel, steps, oops, I clicked the wrong button, sorry. If I go back here to my funnel, okay, the opt-in page is the page view. Now that they've opted in, they get to the thank you page. Now it's a lead, right? So now if I come up over here to edit, I can come up here to edit, say I know how to do, I know where to do it and how to do it, but I just don't want to do it. I literally hate doing this, to be honest with you. If my brain really doesn't work good with pixels and this whole stuff. It's like you have to have, maybe it's just because I'm getting old, I don't know, but it's it's like, so now you're in the page, and then you have to come up here to where you're going tracking code on the top left, and then see here we've got some code up here. So I don't even mess with it. I really don't, because it's you got to have it all the right place. You got to know what you're doing. It's better to pay somebody who knows what they're doing and get it done right, because again, you have to be able to track your page. Okay, I hope that helps. Any other questions about that? Oh, I was going to show you Tag Manager. So here I am in Tag Manager, and you can see I got Evolve Your Brand, I got Launch Cart, Launch Server, Launch Shop Stores, Rescue Joe, we got all these different things. So if I come in here to, let's say, launchcart.com, we have tags for just like I bet there's 50 tags here. Look at all these tags. These are all tags. These are different pixels. I use this thing called Ad Fuel for retargeting, Facebook meta tag, Facebook pixel lead tag, my Canadian pixel, my conversion pixels, my GA4 events, my ads global, my Hotjar. I was doing some stuff for iHeartRadio. Everything gets added. Here's my TikTok pixel. So in here, when you learn how to use this, all your pixels are in here, and then you put one piece of code on your website, and then you manage everything from one place. Which again, when you get really serious and you're doing $50,000, $100,000 a month budgets, the only way to do it's with your tag manager. I'm with Michael, man. My brain is gonna explode. Exactly. And so I think for what you guys are doing, it's like you think of Fiverr, and again, you know what we need to do? Maybe that somebody emerges from our community here that likes this stuff, that wants to do it, and we could pay them. Like, is there anyone in the group right now that says, yeah, I know how to do this easy. I got this stuff down. Because I'm sure we'll have somebody at some point, and then they could maybe charge us a certain amount of money to do it for us, because it's something I don't want to mess with. And I will find somebody to do it, but I'm sure there's people on Fiverr. Fiverr, you can find everything on Fiverr for cheap. People that live in Tag Manager and live in the pixel world. So, okay, any other questions? I don't see any other questions coming out here. Anybody? Does anybody have any wins or anything that's been going good for them, or they got their ads going? Well, one thing I do want to say to you guys too, depending on what your objective is, if you're choosing traffic as your strategy, Facebook's going to send you a lot of traffic. It's not usually it's not usually the best form of advertising, right? Because they're going to send you traffic, but it's typically not the best form of not necessarily buyers. So depending on what your objective is, if you're trying to get them to do a lead magnet, you're trying to, warm up to who you are, what you're doing, what your coaching's about, what your, hair extensions are about, your candle business, your e-commerce store. Traffic is not necessarily the best. We typically always go with some type of conversion or lead form. And if you're doing any type of coaching, any type of high ticket, I think you should do messaging ads or lead form ads. Okay. Let's see. Angle says, basically, I'm set up for the first time today. When can I find a thorough step-by-step explanation? Well, when you say a step-by-step explanation, people ask me this every day, and I don't know how to answer it, because step-by-step is different if you're running a funnel, a lead magnet, an e-commerce store. There's no like one shoe fits all, right? But if you come in here, and I've got mine turned off right now for some reason. Why is mine turned off? In your interface, you should see a black bubble in the bottom right here. I don't know why mine's not showing up. You should see a black bubble right here, and that black bubble will get you to a knowledge base of videos. And as a backup, you can also go to launchcart.com, and you can go to the footer, and you can go to knowledge base, and then on here you can see launchads.ai right here. And then here, how much should I spend on ads to get results? Google search ad targeting, creating ads in different languages, maximizing your ad prompt. My ad is above or below benchmarks. What can I do? Facebook and Instagram targeting, learning phase optimization, creating ad accounts, creating how to create snapshots, create Facebook ads account. So there's and these are not big long stuff. They're just like Facebook and Instagram targeting. It's like, it's like a little article with a video.
How'd
So
you
you
get there,
could literally,
Greg?
pardon me?
How'd you get there?
Launchcart.com. Just go to launchcart.com and then go to the footer and click on knowledge base. This is Launchcart's official knowledge base. And actually, here's what I would do. Take this link and bookmark it. Like literally take that link and bookmark it.
Got it.
And then going back to your question, you ready to start? How to create an ad campaign? Choose the platform, add your website URL, add your daily budget, click create, right? And so it's kind of on here. And again, we've had so many dang updates in this stuff. Some of these videos are a little bit outdated, but still, it's still the UI is a little bit different, but what you do is still the same. We've had a lot of stuff. So, okay, I hope that helps. Let's see. Greg, if I'm on YouTube, okay, Ben, if you want to go from YouTube, you can't talk to me from YouTube. You have to go to this link here, Ben. I'm gonna put the link in chat. You'd have to go and join us on Meeting because we're in Meeting. And the guy who's created, he says this is the Hicks version of Zoom. Let's have a meeting. Who wants to have a meeting? And once you get into Meeting, then you can talk to us. But otherwise, from Zoom, from LaunchCard, all you can do is chat. And Meeting's simple. Just click that link. You'll be in here in like 10 seconds. All right. Anybody else? Let's see. And by the way, that link, that meeting.com/launchcard, that's the same link every Wednesday. We just keep it the same. Are you guys, are the reminders going out helpful? Is there too many reminders? Give me some feedback because I programmed that automation and it's like 24 hours before, 1 hour before, 10 minutes before, 10 minutes after.
Reminders, I found them helpful.
Yeah, no, we can tell by how many people are showing up. I know that because before it was not that many. So yeah, we need reminders. Okay. So think about that with whatever you're doing, and you're doing your webinars, you're doing your live events, or you're doing stuff like that. That you need to have those automations and this text message reminders and that kind of stuff. And depending on what your product is, I really want to invite people to use Meeting. Like you can get a Meeting account, it's cheap, and do your own events. And Meeting's got some cool features. Like I can do this web page popper. Like I could pop up. I can pop up like that. Okay, there's the website. Now what I did is I just popped up in front of you Launch Ads main website. Now you can scroll and look at it, but I can't see you're scrolling. That's a pop-up window for every single person. It's individually. So if that was an order form, I could actually put up an order form, and I think I have one. Let me see. Yeah, right here. Here's an order form. So I can put this order form up to you, and you can put in your credit card information. You can order right here, and it's only you see that. I can't see it. No one else can see it. So it's got some really kind of cool features that Zoom doesn't have. Like it's got some of this stuff built in too. It's got some built-in countdown timers. You can add your own videos. Do I have any of my own videos? Let's see. Oh yeah, see right here. Have you guys seen this one?
We had a young lady who was 71 years young. One day she came to me and she says, I'm going to get out of program A and I really want to come over to your program. And I said, well, listen, I don't want you to come over to my program because you could spend your money better. And I said, what I want you to do is I'm going to give access to this program. 2 days went by and she didn't call me. Friday morning came up and she didn't call me. And I called her and I said, hey, Evelyn. And she says, oh, yeah, I already started my ads. You already started your ads? I said, yeah, this is exactly what you told me to do. You told me to put in the links and follow the instructions. She said, how do I know if these things are working or not? Oh, yeah, just go to the bottom of the page and hit view results. 71 years young, who did not get any help, has never, ever, never run a Facebook ad. She has the thing set on $10 a day for the budget. And I say, well, Evelyn, how many books did you sell? And she says, well, I only sold 278. My mouth dropped.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. Last call for questions. Let me see. Here's the chat. Yeah, Meeting is cool. Meeting is very cool.
Was she using Launch Ads when she did that, or?
Yeah. That was Launch Ads. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead. I don't see any other questions. So I'm going to add. Go ahead, Andrew.
Okay. I just posted it in chat. I had bothered you about it last week already. It was something about trying to use LaunchCard CRM for TikTok ads. When I make the ad in TikTok, I can actually use text that I can slide off the screen in my ad or my post in TikTok that gives search terms to the TikTok optimizer. and I'm getting great results with it. It's saying I'm getting better search term results than 99% of TikTok posters. But if I want to use the CRM to post an ad that will auto-tune and optimize, I'm going to lose that functionality. So I don't know if there's any way you guys can work on being able to give us that option as well, to put like text that gives search terms to TikTok to know who our audience is.
Oh. Yeah, you should put that request in the little black bubble and submit a ticket there, and they'll say thank you for that. And that'll get to the actual dev team, the programmers that are actually doing that kind of stuff. And I'd be willing to bet you they're already kind of working on stuff like that. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, no, I'd like to see that too, because I'm not familiar with TikTok. I've done some TikTok ads, but I never went long enough to really figure it out.
So basically what it is when you're making your post, you get the chance to type in a caption or whatever that's going to show on screen. But what other TikTok users have explained to us that helps is you go into creator search insights and you look for terms that are being searched for but not getting a lot of results. So that's much more effective. And then you find the ones that tie to your product, and then you post that as a caption. You could shrink it and slide it off screen so it's not in the way of your post, but it actually gives the info to the TikTok optimizer to aim to those audiences, and then your posts do much better.
Wow, that's cool. Well, that's a cool little hack. Yeah, can you make a recording of that and send that over to me? I'd like to see that. I'd like to try that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Or just, you know what, if you wouldn't mind dropping it in our Facebook group. Is everyone in the Facebook group?
I am.
Yeah, that sounds cool. That's the kind of stuff that having a community works, where we you know, you hear these wicked smart ideas. That's like a wicked smart idea. That idea that I'm putting this content and I'm sliding it off the screen so the technology reads it, but the viewers can't see it. Is that what I heard?
Exactly right. Yeah.
That's cool. That's awesome. That's a cool little hack. I like that.
That's the only thing that's stopping me from using Launchpad to run my ads, because TikTok gave me feedback that apparently my posts are getting 99.5% better results in searches than other TikTok users, and I don't want to throw that away, even though it's so tempting to have you guys fine tune and optimize the ads. I don't want to bother the group twice with the same story, but I got my first sale on, I guess I'm doing it anyway. Sorry guys, but you were asking if we had some wins. So I did 3 weeks of your ads for TikTok, for Meta, IG, and Facebook. And I spent $97 in ad spend. I got a $45 sale, which means I made $15. So it doesn't sound great on paper, but it's the first time I've gotten a sale in advertising, and it would have cost me, at the cheapest, $1,500 for an ad team and $3,000 in advertising to have learned the same thing that I learned with you guys for a total spend of $160, for the month.
Nice. So very cool.
Great.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, yes, drop that video and tag me in the group, and then let me get with the developers. And so with the software development firm, everything's done in sprints, right? So like sprints are like a period of time where we've talked about it, we've agreed on here's the features that we want to create, and then maybe it's a 6-week sprint, maybe it's a 2-week sprint, maybe it's a 1 month, whatever that sprint is. It's a period of time, and it's been mapped out what's going to be programmed in that sprint. And we might be 2 or 3 months out on sprints, because that stuff's all planned way ahead of time. But send me a video showing that and exactly how that works, and then tag me in it, and then I'm going to get it, because I love stuff like that. That's cool. Okay, last call for questions. Sword in the Dark, can you paste the link in the chat, please? I pasted the link in the chat like a few times, Ben. Ben, if you can hear me, go to Meetin, MEETN, as in Nancy.com/launch cart. But I put that link in there a few times. I'm going to put it again right now. Maybe it's not sending it to YouTube. I don't know. Meetin, and plus, if you go check your email, I don't know how you ended up on YouTube. I mean, we do stream on YouTube, But every link, every email, every text message brings you to Meeting. I'm going to give you a few minutes to get in here. And it's in the Facebook group too. That is true too. Anybody live in Southern California that can come hang out with us at our place? Is anyone near Southern California? The name of the Facebook group, Micah, is launchads.ai, all one word, like the domain, customers. And here's a link to it. It doesn't even have a custom name yet. It's got one of those like 61631673. It's got a number. Michael's in LA, Florida. Okay, well, I'm going to wrap things up, everybody. I got to get to work. I got some exciting stuff happening, and then I will add the advanced training to the same reminder. So it'll say our early, I don't know if you want to call it, I don't even like the word beginners and advanced, but it's like, it'll be the beginner trainings at this time and the advanced trainings at this time, same link, same everything, just different times, and then I'll add a couple reminders to go out for the advanced side of things, and then maybe eventually I'll duplicate the automation, and maybe that's what I should do. I should maybe have you guys opt in to which one you want to opt into, because like I don't want to say, if I don't want to get on the beginners ones, why do I want to get reminders about that? And I was just thinking about having one set of reminders with both links in it, but then it just that doesn't even make sense. All right, so that's why I got to think this through. I'm going to probably create another automation, have you guys opt into the advanced training, and then you'll get your own set of reminders. So I got to set up that automation and do that.
Yeah, the opt-in would be perfect. That way you can
Yeah, exactly. Okay, everyone.
Well,
Have a great day.
Thanks so much, Greg, for
I
all your
appreciate you guys.
value.
Have a great day, everybody.